Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to round 7 of the Virtual Circuit Racing BTCC Championship, live from the Brands Hatch GP circuit. We have gone to Silverstone, we've gone to Oulton Park, Thruxton, Snetterton 300, Donington Park and Croft, and we're here now at Brands Hatch. It is going to be absolutely amazing. During practice, it was the BMWs coming out on top as well. Jake Hewlett's only just loaded into the session. We can see if he can extend any more than his 5 wins he's already got. He is leading the championship, if not wrapped up the championship already here this evening. So keep an eye out for Jake and see what he gets up to. I'm James Parfitt. I'm going to be joined in the booth by Mr. Tom Cairns here as well. Tom is the site of Brands, and we've got 14 BTCC beasts that's going to hurtle around here this evening.
Yep, and Brands Hatch GP course known for the season finale, which he has been contesting British Touring Cars for a number of years now. The drivers do love this configuration, and not just drivers of British Touring Cars, but anyone that does like a track day event around this configuration. It's a beautiful, beautiful circuit. Yeah,
it definitely is, and it's been the site of so many great races. It's in touring cars as well. If you haven't watched any of them, you should definitely go and keep an eye out and see what they've got and how they've been handling around here. It is absolutely quite an epically renowned circuit. Some may say better than Silverstone, Tom. What do you think about that?
Not sure it'd be better than Silverstone, but it depends on what series you watch and who you ask that question to. I mean, I do love Brands Hatch GP, though. I think it's a lovely circuit for everyone to visit. If you haven't been to Brands Hatch GP, you know, there's always British Touring Cars, which will be going back there at the beginning of October. But the drivers know the course from the back of their own hands, I think, as they go through the likes of Paddock Bends, and it's Druids, and then go through a Graham Hill Bend, Surtees, and it's the sequence of right-handers of Hawthorns, Westfields, Dingledale, Stirling, and then the right-hander clear race before you power down the pit straight.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to give it so many noticeable things here. There's so many different types of corners. I was here on Wednesday for the Formula F4s that are racing, and it was absolutely amazing, and I think it's still going to continue to be that way. We've got some big hitters out on the racetrack. Trafford King is there as well. Josh Hathwaite, Jake Hewlett's out there at the moment, sitting in 3rd. 4th race, Dave Price hanging around the pit lane like he's just lost his steering wheel. Then we've got Lee Southall out there, Justin Kirk as well, John Hale. All of these guys out on track doing a fabulous job, and at the moment it is Mr. Trafford King in that 127.374 mark in the BMW, of course, that have been carrying ballast for pretty much all of the season. I think they actually got ballast in round 2, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that one, guys. I have slept since then, so you know, bear with us on that. But much love to everybody in YouTube chat as well. I'm just going to call you Dud because I can't pronounce the rest of it as well. Welcome in. Dispatch Cabin, I do love that name. Welcome in as well. Sam Hayes, go on Turner, Alicia Watson, SJ, let's go. She says as well, I wonder what wonderful things she's cooked this evening or is cooking for dinner. We're going to find out, I'm sure, on that one, what's on the menu from Alicia on that one. But I just feel that Brands Hatch, you instantly remember how synonymous it is with touring cars. I think that's it for me for Brands Hatch. It's always kind of more renowned for touring cars in my head anyway than most other Formula racing or anything like that.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more on that. I mean, GTs do race here as well as British Touring Cars, but for those who are a generation younger than perhaps both me and James, they will remember Formula 1 racing back at the circuit.
I'd like to point out, as an old man, I remember Formula 1.
Well, what I will say is 1986 was the last time Formula 1 raced around Brands Hatch. It used to alternate with the British Grand Prix back in those days, and believe it or not, I think they used to hold the race on a Saturday rather than the Sunday.
If I remember correctly, they did. Mind you, I was only 8 at that point, But I do remember the racing at Brands Hatch. Yes, it was quite incredible. Go with Tomothy instead of, is it Tomothy? Is it? Okay, we'll go with that. Or is that supposed to be Timothy? And you've just typed an O for an I. Because, you know, if you're fat-fingered like me, that's likely what can happen here as well. But this is the thing, you know, they go to Indy, they go to the GP. Don't get me wrong, the Indy circuit is absolutely manic. But I don't know what it is, but it just gives you the love of touring car. When you sit back and watch the old Alpha 155s, the Mondeos, the Volvos, and the Vauxhalls as well, or the Opals, whatever you want to call them, and that is it. That's the kind of nostalgia that you get out of touring cars.
And it's brilliant that we've seen all those different types of British touring cars, because they've had classic ones on showcase whenever British touring cars go and race at Brands. I went there this year, and I think they had one of Matt Neal's classic ones with his, I think his dad's name on the back of it.
Is that in the Primera, isn't it?
I don't know, but it had one of those that had a little tribute to his dad.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I'm sure it was the Nissan Primera that Matt Neal used to race in primarily. If anybody out there's quote me wrong as well. Saying I went to Thruxton last season, and funny enough, I was there with Craig, and they had the old Mondeo lined up there as well. I have not seen, this is the only thing that I think I'm a little bit upset about, I have not seen a working 155 touring car at the shows I've been to. Even this weekend when me and yourself obviously ventured off to Goodwood, I didn't see any there either, and I would love to see a working 155 in that red liveried machine. You can still buy Alpha 155s, but you have to be very, very careful what you're buying as well. And I will say that obviously that's a big hint there. Please be careful, because there are ones that have been absolutely thrashed to living daylights, and your engine ain't going to last much longer. But if you find a nice, great 155 for sale, man, I would say go and pick it up. It's like about as rare as a Vauxhall, decent Vauxhall Calibra as well, if anybody remembers the Vauxhall Calibra. Not in touring cars, just in general. At the same time, they are the classic cars, you know, and this is the thing. And I think these guys are going to bring this racing with us. We've got the likes of the BMWs, we've got the Cupra Leons out there, we've got the Hyundai i30s, the Corollas are out there, the Civics out there. The only thing we haven't got out of all the manufacturers, is we've got the Ford Focus as well, is of course the Astra. That's not out there at the moment, so maybe nobody fancied the Astra either, but there are some classic machines out on the racetrack. Jake Hewlett in one of them, of course, in the Cupra Leon Competition, is out on the racetrack as well. So I just think this is going to be a blazing race, and if King, Haythwaite and Hewlett can stick together, I think we might see just about some of the best racing we've seen all season.
And British touring cars never disappoints with its own kind of racing, and I can't see how different this could be once we do go racing in around about 10 minutes time. And we've got those in the Napa liveried machine, like we just see with Chris McIntosh, who's just gone out on circuit in that. It's a lovely livery, I have to say. It is a Ford Focus, in case you're wondering what kind of car that is, but it is under the Napa livery. They've been going well again this season, with Ash Sutton leading the Drivers' Championship at the time of recording. Yeah,
absolutely. As well, disclaimer, you know, we are obviously recording on the Friday. The races are, I don't know when the next one is, to be blatantly honest with you. Now, Tom, everyone's going wide on that downhill. Yes, it's very difficult paddock hill. You have to go out wide, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. Now, I'm going to see if we can jump on board. There we go. And we'll have a look. Through the right-hander off Hawthorne we're going at the moment. That's a dab point and shoot corner. The same here, you bring it down a gear. Well, they're taking it in fifth. I think he might have got gone down, going down to fourth there for Mr. McIntosh. The same coming up here into Sheens as well. I would probably say dab it down to help with the rotation. He's not really getting that rotation. The same here as well. If he's already in third, well, probably third on the entry, I would have gone. But look, I'm not in the cars, okay? And I commentate for a living. So there we go. Now, this is the difficult part. You get this run out of this four-wheel corner for Clark, and you naturally want to drift it wide. You put it back in, and you start heading out wide again. Now, on the left-hand side, there's a marshal's hut. You just start getting on the brakes just after, and you're trying to drag it. Now, I would have popped it into fourth, so I could got the speed already through the corner and gone up the hill like I did the other day in the F4s. But that paddock hill section, and, you know, it's very difficult because it's kind of a off camber, slanted away from you, downhill section of race that just wants to drag you into the gravel.
I mentioned this when I went to Brands last year, that if you're on the outside, it's going to suck you into that gravel show. It's vitally important that you know where your braking and your turning in points are to ensure that you're not going to run too far out wide onto the gravel as you make the climb uphill afterwards. So it's vitally important you carry that momentum all the way up to Druids as Chris McIntosh runs wide on the exit of Hawthorne Corner. He's hoping to improve on his fourth fastest time, or the driver of the fourth fastest time, but it's Trafford King who's still leading the way by over 3/10 from Jake Hewlett.
Yeah, he is at the moment in that BMW, of course, carrying the ballast that they've had given to him after what can only be defined, I think it was a round one domination from these guys as well. Was it round one or round three? Round three domination, sorry. We didn't come in till Sletterton 300. But good news, guys, we are back for the whole entire season next season. So there we go. That's something to look forward to. And we're using, this is the great thing about this as well, we're using the Audi, the RS3 LMS TCR car from 2024. So there's going to be 9 rounds of action next season as well. So you can get yourselves involved. If you want to come and have a look, get yourself involved as well if you want to. P1, there will be £100 cash. P2, £65. P3 will get a Strass Sim Racing gloves at 20 and 20 quid cash. P4 and 5 will get an Audi RS3 TCR car poster, and with the championship car as well. So yeah, lots all to come and have some fun at. You want to get yourself involved down in the Discord, you can come and have some fun with us as well and join us for now 9 rounds of action. Even worse when it bites on the compression. Dude, that corner is horrendous, and literally I think so many people I know of and have raced with, and good drivers have ended up in that gravel trap, and it's so difficult. It wants to suck you in like Velcro. You try and keep it as wide as you can. You open it up, but coming down here, the car just wants to go left. It just wants to make you put sandcastles in the gravel. It is absolutely bonkers. Lucky enough, these drivers are better than me, and they don't do that. But
what you have to account as well, James, is that inside curb, which you don't really want to clip. So it's vitally important that you nail the timing of the rotation as well as the braking.
Yeah.
So yeah, that you just saw what Trafford King was doing there. He braked and then just absolutely timed it perfectly, nailed the apex of Paddock Hill Bend, and he just kicked on from there. So there's a demonstration of how to do it there from Trafford.
Rather than a demonstration from me where I would end up in the gravel. Alicia there as well makes me feel like I'm on a roller coaster when I last drove there. I hate it. Wow. Hate is a strong word, Miss Watson. And there you are. You banded this shit around like you don't like the racetrack. I love Brands. It's like an absolute roller coaster. Up through here, through the left-hand machines. It is absolutely incredible. And you've just got to enjoy every single bit of racing at Brands Hatch, because it is just an iconic circuit. Would I love to see Formula One back there again? I absolutely blinking would. It ain't fast enough, it ain't safe, it ain't long enough, and it ain't safe enough. Okay, so I understand it would cost a few millions to get this track up to F1 ready, but I think it would be an absolute banger if they did end up coming back here as well. I don't know how you feel about that, Tom.
It would make it very convenient for Formula One's sake, because Biggin Hill's only just round the corner from Brands Hatch. It's like a stone's throw away, if you want to put it in those words. But in the grand scheme of things, you know, in terms of the number of fans turning up to the circuit, good luck with trying to accommodate every single one of those fans, because it would be like hundreds of thousands going to the event, and there's just no way the fans would get the experience that they want that aligns to the amount that they've paid for to get to the event in the first place.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The capacity out here, you can see there's hardly nobody out here on this side of the circuit, and that's basically due to the fact that you just can't put anybody out there. It's not the fact that they don't want to, it's just the fact that they can't. It's as easy as that, to be blatantly honest. So unfortunately, that's probably where they're going to struggle. And it's only coming into Clark, just up here on the left-hand side, that you'll start seeing viewers. So unless they're going to do something amazing with it, I don't think they are, but you know, they would have to spend millions to account for people. Again, you could have a grandstand on the left, grandstand on the grass, and then all the way along here you could put big long massive grandstands. But once you go past Druids and drop down onto the inside and turn a left as well at Surtees, you can't really put anybody anywhere else after that. It's all kind of mid-forest section, which is a bit of a shame. Because as well, Tom's there as well, YouTube chat. Oh wow, I never knew they raced in Brands back then. Yeah, last race was 1986. Go and search them on YouTube, dude. You will watch some great racing. It's yeah, it was an absolute banger. Coming towards the end of qualifying at the moment, Trevor King out in first. Halfway sitting in second at the moment. 127.238 is his best lap. 127.055 is Trevor King. 127.266 Jake Hewlett's. 127.963 for McIntosh. Go Chris. And then we go into the 28s of everybody down below. Down into Matthew Addy is at 29. 30s goes with Bosey at the bottom, which is also Bosey, Darryl Moss and Ryan Turner. So very close lap times at the moment.
Well, I will mention to the person who was questioned about did Formula 1 go back, did race in Brands Hatch. When Silverstone hosted the British Grand Prix in 1983 and 1985, the European Grand Prix, which was a very popular thing in terms of different circuits it went to, or staged in the European Grand Prix, Brands Hatch hosted a round under that name for those 2 years of which I've just mentioned.
Mm-hmm. But the racing was still amazing.
Yes, and a champion was crowned in 1985.
So go and have a look back and just YouTube and whatever, you know, you can find Formula 1 Brands Hatch 1986 or 85 or whatever, and go and enjoy some action. It's going to be amazing. So there you go. I'm probably might go and relive one of them moments myself after this. I think this is going to be a circuit that these guys all know, but I also do feel we might have more spins and turns as an episode of EastEnders.
Only time will tell. We'll see at the start anyway, because that's where we see the most action at. It is a 25-minute race. It's just the one race that you'll be watching, as far as I know the rules. This is my first time watching
15
this
laps.
Particular champion. Is it 15 laps? Yeah.
15 laps of action we got coming up. So
which will be round about 25 minutes anyway.
Yeah. I'll be in the next season, chaps. I've been working too much. Oh, Sam. That sucks to be you, Sam. As well. So there we go. Change your job. Become a postman, Sam. They work early morning and then you can drive in the evening. Just putting it out there. I don't know if it's something that you want to achieve or not, but there we go. Right, we're going to keep an eye on Mr. Hewlett's last lap time, and then unfortunately at the moment he is 2 tenths down, as I believe that is Mr. Hathwaite. Oh, Jake decided that he's going to go and dirt rally that and get that all wrong there. Business owner is not the one. Oh, okay, mate. Well, maybe don't give up it to go and, you know, become a postman. But I'm just saying, it's an option. Hathwaite and Hewlett both going off the side of the circuit. Mr. Woodhouse is still out on track at the moment as well. He's in that Hyundai i30 as he's going to come over the line. Is there going to be any improvements from Luke? Let's see, 128.357. Unfortunately, it's not improving on the 28.348 of Mr. Southall in behind him. So unfortunately for him, he's not going to be able to. Postman may be easy. I believe it probably will be, at least. You just go in, pick your man up, go out and pound the streets or walk the streets or whatever it is you fancy doing. However, I don't like the fact that you have to do it in all weather. I think if it's raining, nobody should get any post, because I think the postman should get a day off. That's all I'm saying. I think that's fair. If it's raining, you don't have to go out and deliver your post. That was actually quite a funny story, because when my son did a paper round one weekend, he woke up and he went, "Dad, it's raining. Do I still have to deliver them?" I said, "I don't think it really matters if it's raining. You still have to deliver the people's newspapers." So, and bless him, he did. But then a week later, he gave up because he didn't like going out in the rain. So there we go. Story for you. as well. Don't like the rain, so I'm not delivering the newspapers anymore, Dad. And I said, okay, mate. Well, that saves me getting up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday and Sunday morning for you. So there we go.
He could always carry an umbrella with him, James, if.
Dude, the thing is, where we live, as you know, we live right out in the country, and you have to drive to the stops because obviously we're delivering to little villages. So I have to drive them around. That's one of the rules of the paper around here, is I have to drive them so they can deliver the papers. And unfortunately, yeah, umbrella isn't always needed because he could technically run to the house, deliver the paper, jump back in the car. But you know, look, who am I to argue? He didn't. Save me getting up at 5, Tom. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Right, Traffic King has taken pole position with Josh Hafeway and Jake Hewlett second and third. Chris McIntosh in fourth, then Dave Price leaves Southall, Luke Woodhouse, Matthew Addy, Justin Kirk, Ben Gibbons, John Hale, Ryan Turner, Bosey and Darryl Moss there. Poor guys will be soaked after doing a round of post. I know. I don't think they should. I prefer the rain. I prefer rain to the heat. Yeah, I can somehow agree with you on that, especially when I'm sat in a 40-degree office at this moment in time, literally melting. Do you know what's worse? I've been melting for weeks, right, and I've not lost any weight at all. This whole thing about go to the gym, sweat it out, I think it's just a lie. I've got to be honest. I haven't lost anything. In fact, if anything, according to my son, I've gained some. So there we go, which is nice. Thank you very much, my dear boy, on that one. But, hey, coming into the race, mate. Now I've waffled on for ages to try and fill up some gaps. 15 laps of action. Is it going to be a whole 15 laps of action, Tom, or do you think there's going to be breaks in the middle?
I think there'll be breaks in the middle. There'll be some battles brewing. I expect to see maybe a few spins from some of the big guns, which could put on some good racing further on down the line. But I think by the time we get to the 15-minute mark, or maybe by about halfway through, we'll kind of know where everyone is in the pecking order.
Absolutely. Get some AC. Now, see, I would do, Alicia, right? But my room is in the middle of the building. So, unfortunately, I am not able to do that because my room is in the middle of the building, just to let you know. So, the nearest window is miles away, and it's going to cost me £2,000 to get an AC unit in my office that runs all the way from my office across my living room and out the window to the fan. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'm not able to go and saying that, I don't know. I just don't want to spend £2,000 to be blatantly honest with you, Alicia. I'm quite tight at the moment. So there we go. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. Hold on to your hats because we're going to have an amazing race here. 14 cars kicking it off at Brands Hatch GP once again. What do you reckon, Tom? Good and clean or chaotic and manic?
Chaotic and manic. I'm going to gamble.
Oh. I think you might be right, but let's see. All right, we're waiting for the lights to go on. Alicia's there going, here we go. Yeah, she's zoomed in and ready. No turn one deaths. Yeah, Dad, I think you're gonna. I think you. Yeah, no, can't see that happening. I've got a funny feeling you are going to be seeing some kills here. Traffic King sitting on pole position at this moment in time. So hold on to your hats. Fingers crossed for a clean first lap, says Renshaw. Maybe. All right. Where are the lights? Have the lights got stuck? Where are you, son? Come on. Let's get this up and going. There's only so much waffle I can do. I wonder if somebody's got... Ah, there we go. They're on the screen. Right. Okay, we are going. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ladies and gentlemen, round 7 is green. Green. King did not get off the line. Hafeway did, however. He's alongside him going down into turn 1. Hafeway's on the right in the black and red. King manages to hold on. Hewlett in behind him. At this moment in time, everybody, and I do mean everybody, Dad, has made it through turn 1. No real dramas. Traffic King McIntosh has lost a bunch of positions. He did not get off the line well, but at the moment, King is out in front. But he has got the looming Hafeway, and he has got the looming Hewlett in behind him, Tom. This is kind of what we expected. Is whether or not Price is going to be able to stay with him.
Yeah, there's no such dramas on that opener, but we're seeing McIntosh coming back through. I think he's made up a position at the expense of, I think that was it Addy? Just got, Yeah, he's gone back through, so we'll watch them as they go round towards Hawthorne corner. On the outside is McIntosh, which is not ideal. He's going to be pushed out wide by Addy going through there. And there was contact, but they got through safe and sound nevertheless. And they carry on as they are. You can just see all the puff of smoke as the tyres just keep on locking going through there. There is someone just wearing white further on in the background there. Didn't pick up on who that was. But so far, no problems from the field, more or less.
Yeah, Gibbons was the one on the grass in the background. Hales there as well. Woodhouse is down some places at the same time, sitting down in 11th at the moment. He's going to have to fight his way back. It was Gibbons who was taking a trip through the sand currently, but it is Hewlett sitting alongside at the moment, halfway. Price is there as well. Southall's in pit lane. Hewlett goes through in that Cooper and Leon down through the right-hander. Haythwaite's Hewlett's big defence. Comes straight across the track, straight after the corner. Was not giving up that inside line for Hewlett. He knows the BMW's got muscle. He knows it's got grunt. Is this going to be the first situation that we have here for Jake Hewlett hanging on in that Cooper Leon with that BMW in behind? Bosey's made moves up. No, Bose! Oh, okay, he has it now after him and Ryan Turner come together. Turner's going to be under pressure from Hale. Hale's going to be under pressure as well. They're going to be 2 by 2. Bosey in the same time. Moss in there at the moment here, Tom, as well. Lots of action taking place.
Yeah, it looks like Turner turned in on Bosey heading through Graham Hill Bend, which is not ideal considering there was 2 other cars directly behind them that could have run into them. It very easily could have been a concertina collision. But now we see Bosey going at it again as they enter Hawthorns once more. As one napper goes through. What about the other napper? He very nearly dropped it, didn't he, Bosey?
Yeah, he nearly had the rear end of Turner straight across the front of him. And Bose didn't even hold off there. He just put his foot down and was hoping for the best. I thought he was going to flick him round at one point. But Bosey manages to hold on at the moment. Traffic King out in front. Hewlett 1.4 seconds behind. Haythwaite behind him as well. The front 3 that we thought were going to bring us the action are not bringing us the action. But Mr. McIntosh is. He's in that Napa liveried Focus. And at this moment in time, he is battling away with Dave Price in that Cooper Leon. He sends it up the inside through the right-hander. Down through goes McIntosh. Good job from him. Is Price going to come back at him through the left? He's not through Graham Hill. Now he's got Cooper straight and Surtees to go here, Tom, and at the moment, McIntosh making his way through. Price looking up the inside.
Yeah, he's not going to do it from there. His Price into Surtees. That was a super overtake from McIntosh. He took that wider line into turn 1, was what you alluded to earlier. Taking that wider line and gathering all the speed on the way up to Druids. And I think from the moment he got alongside, there was no way that Dave Price was going to hold that off. So let's see if McIntosh can actually use the open track in front of him to get close to Josh Haythwaite further ahead.
Oh, you're asking a lot. That BMW, as we know, is a lot quicker than the Focus. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. We've got something going on down here. Turner Hale is having a nice little bit of a ding-dong. Then we got Moss and Bosey. Of course, Bosey there as well. That was a big old lump of smoke out the back of Hale's machine there. I almost thought he blew an engine. It was that much smoke coming out the back. But on board we go with Turner through the right-hander of Clark. Another difficult corner. Nope, that's grass. That's not. You're not going to get that right from there, sir. Unfortunately, you've got to lay off the grass on there because you need that grip on the exit.
Over the line they come again, so Traffic King, you can see the gaps coming down a little bit between King, although I think we're looking at a different battle further down. We're looking at Ryan Turner in 10th place, who's behind what looks like the Honda Civic of John Hale further ahead. But in terms of the gap between King and Hewlett, the gap right now, just getting the gap up as we speak, it's now 1 second between the pair. I don't think it's going to be too long before Hewlett gets on the rear of Traffic King, but I'd love to see if King can get his elbows out and make a fight of it.
Well, we're going to find out. Lots of smoke coming out of these cars as well. They've taken some weight out the BM, I think. Have they? I thought they were leaving the 30, was it 30 kilo ballast they had in it? Because it was just dominating. I haven't seen it. Well, saying I haven't seen a notification. There is more than possibility I missed it. But I haven't seen anything that they were taking it out. So let me know if you do know in YouTube chat whether or not that is a situation. Haythwaite must have gone off the track. because he's trying to make his way forward at the moment. He's bullying his way past that Corolla of Matthew Addy. And Lee Southall's also had some drama with Kirk down the bottom. Them two are biffing and boffing and bibbing and bobbing because they just literally banged into each other quite a few times, and Southall's just gone through there. Haythwaite must have had some drama though, Tom, because he's dropped all the way down into 6th.
Yeah, I'm looking to see where he's lost the time. He looks like he's lost time in... I can't really tell what sector he's lost the time at. But either way, he's down to 5th position. He's lost 2 positions since we last saw of him. But at least he's just got back through on Matthew Addy there, as Addy runs wide in his tussle with Luke Woodhouse by the looks of it.
Him and Luke are going to have a nice little ding-dong here. Luke goes up the inside. Woodhouse in the I-30, Addy in the Corolla. Corolla looked like it had a little bit of more of a better exit. Didn't quite make it. Now Haythwaite's going once again. On board with Addy we go. He's on that fast run down into the right-hander of Hawthorns. Dab the brakes at the 1 marker. Now through the right-hander. Smoke is like you're sitting in an asthmatic's party in a vape house. It's just never going to work with all of this smoke coming out at the moment. Over the grass. Oh, Addy. Got it wrong, and that is not a way to do Dingle Dell.
No, and he ran a little too deep on the exit of Hawthorns as well, which cost him even more time. So there is the Corolla just trying to settle down a little bit as they come around to complete 1/3 race distance, and so far so good for Trafford King. But Jake Hewlett he's pulling away from Jake Hewlett, who's now only 2.5 seconds back. Has Jake Hewlett made a mistake on that previous lap, James?
Well, that's what I mean. He's been dropping back there as well. Alicia, maybe I'm incorrect. I'm just a dinner lady. This is also correct. Chuckle there as well. But yeah, I've got to... Eva, now I'm going to say this in a reluctant term because I have to be honest, I've been watching Hewlett now for 3 seasons. I think we did the Ginettas. He was in the I-50 Motorsport. We did the Ginetta, and then we did Minis before that, wasn't it? And Hewlett has always looked comfortable, and he's always dominated, and I've never really seen him make a mistake. So I don't know if he's making a mistake or King's just getting rapidly quicker.
We'll see soon enough, but I think he's just backing off the pace a little bit just to... not spin around the car actually, but it is just the one race which they'll be doing this evening, so it's not like he's having to rely on a lower finish here to get a better grid spot for the next race. It is just the one race that these drivers are doing. Hewlett powering down the pit straight coming out of Clearways down the Brabham straight, and you can just see that looking at the times compared to him, well, he's actually 2/10 faster than what King did on that last lap. So he's getting the gap down slightly, but not quite enough as we begin the 7th lap. Chris McIntosh, in terms of the lap times he's producing, identical to what the leader has produced.
Yeah, Haythwaite's on 28.08. So he's absolutely flying at the moment. Here's Mr. Haythwaite for his mistake earlier on that he got himself into. So, but for now, it's all looking very, very rosy. In fact, Haythwaite was the fastest man on the circuit that time around on a 28.080. He is the quickest one out of all of them. So hold on, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to get even scarier. But apart from the fact that Haythwaite's made another boo-boo, and he's gone down the order again. He's dropped down behind Addy again. Haythwaite is not having a good time. If we could do replays, I'd love to be able to show you, but I cannot show you the replays in EC. And at the moment, Haythwaite made another mistake by the looks of it.
He lost more than 7 seconds in that first sector, James. So my assumption is that he had an off at Paddock Hill Bend, or somewhere in the first sector anyway, and continues. But you can just tell that he's not really got that car dialed into the way he wants it done, or perhaps maybe it's a fixed setup, which is not exactly his style around this racetrack. We just see the puffs of smoke from the tyres as they enter Stirling before entering Clearways. But yeah, I think for Josh, he just wants to get to the end of this without any more drama, I would have thought.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely screaming, says Dodd on YouTube. Oh, I bet you he has. He is lots of expletives coming from the other end of the house, says Renshaw. Oh dear. I bet as well. It's hard when you're the fastest man and you know you're the fastest man, and then you go and make dramas for yourself, and unfortunately then chop down the order. It's never good when that happens. So there we go. And it's going to be very, very difficult. I can imagine Hathaway is probably cursing and cussing and screaming and shouting and blinking and blinding, shall we say. I'm going to put it in a nice way. So there we go. I have my headphones on in the same room. Amy, what's happening with Josh? What has he got? What's the obligation for dinner? Is he going to be, if he wins, he's going to get KFC again? Is that the situation, do we think?
It better be finger looking good if they are going to be getting a KFC later. But at the moment, with Traffic King 3 seconds up from Jake Hewlett now, he is very much managing that gap very well, isn't he? And I could say Hewlett's last lap was really poor compared to King. Is in the low or high 1 minute 27s as the fuel continues to be burned off. And now coming through clearways, running on board here with what looks like Josh Hathaway, who's right behind Matthew Eddy again. Eddy didn't get the best of exits out of clearways, so this could be an opportunity for Hathaway to set himself up for the run-up to Druids. If he takes that wider line to what Chris McIntosh did when he got by Dave Price earlier on, he could be able to do it. Well, he's about to go through on the inside into Druids, is Hathaway. There he goes. Does Addy know that he's there? He does know. Don't turn in too much, Matthew. As Josh comes out of there around the outside, won't do it into Graham Hill Bend, or maybe will do it to Graham Hill Bend if he outbreaks him. Oh, that is very neat.
Oh my God, I thought Addy was going to turn him. I literally thought he was going to run in deep on him. Oh, blimey. That could have been dramatic there. Not gonna lie, I honestly thought there was going to be more expletives coming out for Amy to have to listen to. It is, would not have been good on that one. He's now setting after Luke Woodhouse. Woodhouse has got Price in front of him up the road. Then Price is chasing down McIntosh. I don't think you're going to get near him. He's like 7 seconds up the road. Then Hewlett, who's losing time to Traffic King, and Trafford's going to be taking the victory with 5 laps to go if he can just hold it. However, down here a little bit further down is Darryl Moss and Justin Kirk having a nice little ding-dong in their Ford Focus and Toyota Corolla, respectively here, having a nice little battle down for 12th, 11th and 12th, Tom.
This looks like the closest battle we've got for now. I've just been studying the lap times between King and Hewlett. The lap before the one they just completed, King, I think, was half a second quicker than Hewlett, and on the previous lap they just done, 4 tenths. So it feels to me like the King has just taken 9 tenths. Well, it basically extended the gap by 9 tenths in the last couple of laps on Hewlett.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's having a King. I think it's just got this absolutely nailed. I just don't think Hewlett's managed to get this done properly here. But as you can see, Moss running a little bit wide there, and Turner running a little bit wide, and Moss tucked in behind him. Hale a little bit further up. Gibbons in front of there as well. Southall in front, then Addy, then Hathaway, who's still about 4 seconds, give or take, away from Woodhouse at the moment. There is Woodhouse, and Hathaway's still trying to get hold of him there as well. But everybody's getting a little bit spread out, apart from Moss and Turner. Moss and... Ooh. I thought that was going to come there as well. I thought they were going to go and hit each other. That manages to survive that one. Through the right-hander we go, Westfield. Down through Dingledale. That's over and done with. Turner's running out wide. He got the entrance through Westfield wrong. Oh, blimey, Hale! Spinning around more times than Kylie Minogue. Poor old John Hale has gone round there as well. Oh, where you going, John? Track's the other way.
He's trying to spin it around again, James, just to get the car pointed the right way. Now he's having to do a 3-point turn so that he can get going. But now he's down to last position. I just hope he hasn't sustained any damage. I don't know if the damage mod has been turned on for this, but...
Yeah, they have. I believe it's on. I don't think there's no damage. There is damage in here. So, unfortunately for Mr. Hale, he's going to have to keep going. Right. 4 laps to go. Well, 3 including this one. King out in front. Hewlett sitting in second place. McIntosh in third. Price in fourth. Woodhouse in fifth. Okay. We'll give Lucas due. There's action coming here from him if he can keep up the pace. Behind that is Haythwaite, then Addy, then Southall in there. Gibbons, Moss, Turner, they've had their own little ding-dong. Kirk's out and running on his Jack Jones. Bosey's there and Hale's there as well. And at the moment, the battle, if we're going to have any here, Tom, is going to come from Woodhouse and Price.
Well, this could get rather tasty here. Looking at the lap times between the pair of them, of Price and Woodhouse, I can say that Woodhouse ran about 8/10 out of him on the last lap, and on this lap, over a second. So nearly 2 seconds Woodhouse took out of Price on the last couple of laps, and he's thrown it all away by running into the gravel at Paddock Hill Bend.
Oh, Haythwaite's on a mission. Bye. Adios, take care. You made a mistake. I'm going through. And Haythwaite's now made his way through there, made his way back up to 5th. Price is only up the road here. That gazelle was being chased down by the lion. There he goes in the bottom left. There's the lion himself, Mr. Haythwaite. He's been up and down more times than Alton Towers roller coaster here once again, unfortunately for him. He's been up, he made a mistake, he got back up, he made a mistake, and now he's trying to get back up again. And at the same time, he's got his head down, he's screaming his head off. Amy's got earphones on, but can still hear him. It's all going wrong for Mr. Haythwaite. Can he go any further? Do we think 4th place is going to be his deadline?
He's not got long left though, has he? He's only got a couple more laps after this one. I'd probably say no on that one, James, just to be really blunt on that.
You don't reckon he's going to clear Price? He's just there.
No, not in my opinion. And Haythwaite's made too many mistakes in this race anyway, and if he's made that many mistakes, there's a chance he could well make another one before the race is over.
Oh, Tom Cairns, you big brave boy. You said you haven't been here before. It'll be the pace of the BMW. It will be the pace of the BMW that's going to be able to drag him up to Price here. 1:28.66, 2 seconds faster than Price. And we've got 2 laps, including this one, to go. You still don't think he's going to get there?
I reckon Price will get his elbows out.
Oh, Amy, I hope them earphones are noise cancelling, because if Price gets his elbows out, this could be a big old send and a half here.
He thought about it there, didn't he, for a little bit, but Price saw it.
Yeah, Price has got to be more proactive on the defence. He can't be reactive. He reacted to the fact that Haythwaite come at him. And again there was no proactive defence. He's gone. That's it. Haythwaite's through. Oh, told you, Mr. Cairns.
I was conscious whether he would get that car slowed down into Hawthorne, but no, he got it sweetly done. So well done there to Josh Haythwaite. I will take my word back for what I said. But the race isn't done. He just needs to make sure he doesn't make any more mistakes from here on in, because we've seen that before in other championships where drivers can get overtakes done and then just throw it all away by pushing too hard. When you make an overtake, you get this level of motivation within yourself and you go and push harder than you perhaps had done in previous laps and then just overdo it.
No, I agree with you. I think, Mr. Woodhouse, where's that car going? Either way, you've just lost a chunk of time to the guys in front after being very, very close. Well, not very, very close, but close enough to make a battle. But now that one mistake. However, Price's exit out of Paddock Hill is not good. Absolutely full send mode is engaged, says that on Josh Haythwaite. I believe you're right there. Now it's down to Woodhouse, what he's got to do. Your leader is on his way round to Hawthorne. He's got the back marker of John Hale in front of him at the moment, and then it's into Bosey in 13th place, obviously just going backwards and forwards, one up, one there as well. But I think at this moment in time, it is King's race. It is Hewlett second, and I believe McIntosh will hang on to third. Haythwaite no higher than fourth, but it's going to be Price and Woodhouse who's going to be able to get this one, as your leader Trafford King is just coming round to start what I believe is the final lap of the race.
Yeah, and it's been a super race from Trafford King, and he was able to continue to extend the margin over Jake Hewlett lap by lap by lap. He deserved this win as well, did Trafford, so it's been a sensational drive from pole position, and Hewlett's just not been able to do anything about it. Not that he's done anything wrong by any means, but it just feels to me like Traffic King's just turned up and performed like his life had depended on it.
Yeah, he had nothing. Hewlett had no response. This is the first time I've probably seen Jake actually have nothing for the guy in front. I don't know if that's car difference, whatever the difference may be, but that is the first time I've seen Jake, all through the 3 seasons we've done, not have any form of response for these guys. Oh, Luke.
Second time he's done that.
Second time, absolutely. There is either severe aero wash coming off the back end of Price's Cupra Leon there, or Woodhouse just cannot control it when he gets close. But, ladies and gentlemen, there's only a few corners left here of round 7. Traffic King is going to come over the line through the right-hander of Sheen at the top. On he goes into Sterling's, the left-hander now. One more corner to go. One more corner for Traffic King. He's going over under the bridge through the right-hander of Clark. Traffic King, winner, chicken dinner. Goes over the line, takes the victory. There he goes, Traffic King in that BMW. Stunning run from him. Hewlett with no response at all for Mr. Jake Hewlett, comes over in second place. McIntosh is going to come over in third in that Ford Focus. He's going to drag that over the line at the moment for Chris McIntosh in third place. Absolutely stunning job from them. Josh Haythwaite did battle back to fourth there, Amy. You can get him dinner as he comes over the line in a BMW after making them 2 mistakes. Great job from him. Price comes over, does manage to hold on from Woodhouse, but Woodhouse, you didn't do yourself any favours on that final lap, mate. Twice in the gravel is never going to be good. Southall over the line. Addy, 8th place. Gibbons is having a nice little battle with Turner. Turner's trying to go around the outside here at the moment. Gibbons has got the inside. Turner's done it! Oh my God! What a move round the outside for Ryan Turner. He takes that place. Fair play, son. Oh my God. Ryan Turner put his boot down. He Lightning McQueened it. He hang on and just hoped it stuck for Ryan Turner there as well. Tom, you can't say much about that. That was an incredible overtake from Ryan Turner.
It was completely full send around the outside. That was a sensational overtake from Ryan Turner. We're just waiting for Bosey to head over the line. John Hale finished 1 lap down.
Yeah, he did as well. On the outside, it was an incredible move, I've got to be honest. Go Ryan Turner. Absolutely stunning there as well. So Traffic King takes the victory. Hewlett in second. McIntosh got third. Then Josh Haythwaite, Dave Price, Luke Woodhouse, Lee Southall, Matthew Addy, Ryan Turner. Then behind that is Darryl Moss, Justin Kirk, Bosey, John Hale is the final one in this one. We'll just give the drivers a minute or so to see if anybody's coming in for a chat. Amy's in Discord there with Tomothy as well. Maybe we should pull Amy in and have a chat with Amy. Let's see what she says. Should we do that? Bringing her into the booth now is Amy, who sat in the same room as Josh. Amy, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
How is it in the Haythwaite's household at the moment?
Tense.
Tense.
Yeah.
Is he calm? Was there a few expletives?
I think they're very deserved expletives, but he's done really well, I think.
Okay, and is he getting fed tonight?
Yes, of course.
Okay, what are you doing?
Whatever takeaway he fancies, I think. A little treat.
Are you paying?
Maybe.
You're rubbish. You can't give him a treat and then say pay for your own. Well done, Josh. You got a treat. Well, you got a takeaway, but you got to buy it yourself. God, that don't work. Right, Amy, thank you so much, darling. I'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Oh, dearie me. Right. Now, imagine that, Tom, as a girlfriend. Congratulations. You've done really well, but you got to buy your own dinner. Nuts.
Well, at least that's still better than Amy saying, no, you can't have it.
I suppose that's right.
I'm sure your partner's done that with you at some stage.
Exactly, absolutely. So here we go. Let's bring him into the booth as well. I believe that is Mr. Josh Haveway. Josh, are you there?
I am here. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I am very warm, but still smiling.
Are you calm?
Yes, I am calm. I'm very calm. Very happy.
That's rubbish, Josh, because Amy's just said there was some race expletives coming out.
Oh yeah, during the race I was not calm.
No, I can imagine. You went up and down like a trooper tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I think I just can't seem to keep it on the track. I think I enjoy the drama a little bit, and I like a good drive, but I don't think I can hang it with the big dogs sometimes. They're just so consistent and so fast, and I think I push it too far sometimes.
Well, yeah. Was it your mistake? Obviously, we can't do a replay on the broadcast, so we didn't see what happened to you the first time. I believe there might have been an incident with Price. Is that right?
No. So the first time I came off was I think it's the second to last corner. I'm terrible with names. The blind right-hander. And so the 2 laps before that, it kept pushing wide, and I'm like, this is not normal. And then on that lap, I took it really carefully, just nice and easy on the brakes, and it just went straight off. I am so glad it didn't spin the first time.
Yeah, I hate thinking of that. I raced there the other day in F4s, mate, and literally I couldn't nail it once. And when I did, I was very slow. It was just absolutely bonkers. The corner just wants to kick you up and just kill you as soon as lucky. The upside, though, I will say, Amy has said you can pick any takeaway you want. However, she did not specify whether or not she's going to pay for it.
I think at the very least we'll split.
Oh.
It's fine.
I know it's 2025 and all, Josh, but, you know, she's got to pay for something.
Oh, she does. Don't worry. It's fine. She pays for the shopping and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, good girl. Anyway, Josh, thank you so much, everybody. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, so my lovely wife, as always, well, fiance, a big shout out to Chris. Absolutely mega drive from him, pulling that time out and keeping it consistent. I'm really happy for him. And as always, my workplace, Falcon Turbos, come get a hybrid. All right, love you guys. Thank you.
Take care, mate. Bye.
Bye.
Right, now we're going to go to second place. Mr. Hewlett is there as well. Jake, you good? You stopped talking?
Good evening. Yes, we're good. How are we?
I'm very well, mate. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating out, dude. You're probably doing the same. Listen, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, right? And I've watched you now for quite some time. And I think this is the first time I've watched you where you didn't actually seem like you had a response for trafficking.
No, I don't. First of all, congratulations to him. I don't think we did tonight. We started prep quite late, ran out of time. Ultimately, that's on me. Just a busy boy. But I knew it weren't there. I knew I didn't have the car under me tonight. I knew they were quicker. We normally can't get the car to work on softs. But we took a gamble, and I knew I had to go for him because the medium just didn't have the pace. And tried everything, threw it off at the scenery many a times. Just again, I just knew it weren't in the car, but I had to try, right? Like I really wanted to have a good race with Traff there. We obviously had a really good battle with Josh in the opening laps as well. But I'm thinking maybe that sealed the deal, I think.
I think you wrapped it up coming into this as well. There was some confusion on the last round. Is there one more round, or is that it?
No, there is another round.
Is that the one at the Nürburgring?
There is another round. It is, Nürburgring GP, I believe, next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it was potentially a different circuit. I'm not too sure.
Was that
but either way,
cancellation?
Potentially. I'm not entirely sure. I wouldn't like to say because I'm as I always say, I don't know nothing. I'm a bin man. I just pick it up as I go along.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm just gonna make sure I've got that on my calendar, to be honest with you.
It just slowly starts adding it to the schedule.
Yeah, just slipping it in there for somebody to pick up. I'm sure they will as well. But dude, it's been, you've had a great season as well. That was 5 wins. You've had this season at the same time. You can't really argue when you've had a sort of a progressive season like that.
No. Look, 100%. I want to be part of anything that's competitive. Like if we're just running away with it all the time, I don't see the point. I like being pushed. I'm sure everybody else likes pushing others, and it's much more enjoyable that way. So overall, super happy with the competition. Me and Traff always race really well. It's a shame I didn't have something for him there. Like I would have loved to have sort of getting in amongst it and create a bit more of a show. But yeah, unfortunately for this one, we just didn't have it. But yeah, really chuffed with the season. It's obviously gone really well. Absolutely loving the car, and I think what we've got coming, or what virtual circuit racing have coming for next season, is also really exciting. I'm working on loads of other things in the background separate to this, and yeah, just really exciting. Enjoying all the motorsport and racing, and yeah, cannot complain, that's for sure.
No, definitely not. Well, Jake, is there anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, just obviously you guys as always, VCR for putting on the show, everyone who works hard behind the scenes, Mrs for putting up for me, must thank the Mrs. Always my main sponsors outside of this, Mill Street Motors and Europa Crash Center / Europa Racing, everyone who supports me outside of this in my real racing and all that stuff. Yeah.
Awesome,
I think that's it for now.
That's a long enough list, Jake. I've got to be honest.
I always forget somebody, right? You always forget. Like, I'm so sorry.
Absolutely. There's going to be somebody who ring you up in the morning going, I didn't hear my name. And you're like, good. Yeah. That's nice for you. I'm sweating and I was hot and I didn't think of it. So next week. Jake, take care, buddy. Been a pleasure as always.
Cheers. Good night, guys. Have a good evening.
And you, man. Right, next up, I'm going to drag in Mr. Woodhouse, who finished 6th here. It could have been 5th, but he decided that he wanted to dig in the sandpit coming out of Braddock Hill 2 laps in a row. Unfortunately, they were the final 2 laps, Luke, when you got close to him.
I know, absolute shambles for me. Obviously missed. I was messing around with some stuff on my wheel to try and help with the start and get a better start. It just didn't work, and obviously pretty much stalled on the start. So got dropped straight to the back of the grid. Obviously got some pace, got my head down. Yeah, and then just made silly mistakes while I was going for overtakes. Obviously, paddock is just difficult anyway as a corner, never mind being next to someone. So that was all on my part. It was just a bad race. Just a bad drive for me. But
I said it might have been aero wash. Now, I don't know if that was just me sticking up for you, to be honest with you, Luke. Or
it doesn't make a difference.
Well, there you go. Well, it wasn't then. Luke just made a mistake, everybody. So there we go on that one. But, buddy, it's been a good season. You enjoyed yourself so far?
Yeah, it's been great. Like I say, I think this has been a really popular round as well. A good grid. I think it's about 15 cars. 15 cars. Very, very competitive. Probably the competitivest one yet in quality. Obviously, we've got very tight from P3 down to P6, P7. I think it was all within probably 6 tenths. So it was a really competitive quality, and obviously it made for a great race as well. Obviously, Chris got on the podium, which is great to see. But yeah, really good race.
Absolutely. All right, buddy. Thank you so much for joining us. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Yeah, just again, everyone who turns up each week. Putting in the laps, putting in the practice just to make the good races. So 1 round left. Hopefully we can carry that on to the last round and then get season 4 started.
Awesome job, mate. Well, take care, fella. Have a good one, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
Thanks. Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the last interview of the evening. Of course, we leave it for the winner, the man who drove pretty much on his own for the whole entire race. He could have gone and picked up his grandma and taken her for a Sunday stroll around Brands, because that is how easy it was for Mr. Traffic King. I'm sure he's going to be modest and tell me how different, but I got a funny feeling we all know the truth. But here is your winner at Brands, Mr. Traffic King. Trafford, welcome in, bud.
Good evening. How we doing?
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, smashing after that.
It was easy,
nice little week off and then come back to it.
Yeah, it was easy, wasn't it?
No, absolutely
not.
I
knew you were going to say that.
No.
Tell me why it wasn't easy when you was out on your own and you won the race by 6.5 seconds.
Just the way you had to set the car up for it. It was just, you had to be near on, sideways, everywhere. Well, just the nature of Brands, really. But
yeah, pretty much.
You just had to keep it on edge.
All
just
right.
make it quick.
So, how did you do it so well in a BMW? Now, there was talk. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I haven't been here for a couple of weeks, mate. Have they reduced the ballast, or is the ballast still set at 30 kilos?
No, we're down to 10 this week.
Oh.
Which is all right, considering it had only won one race up until now.
Yeah, I was going to say. It might have been ballast, but it didn't really make a difference, did it? To be blatantly honest with you. So where do you see next week coming in? Nürburgring GP, not an easy circuit. I'm not a lover of the circuit, I have to be honest. I don't know if it suits touring cars, but I'm not the one who makes the calendar. So how do you think you're going to get on there?
I'm with you on that one. Nürburgring GP is not sort of one of my favourites to have a blast round, but we'll see what it's like. Sure, we'll all give it big, won't we, and see what happens.
Are you going to win?
Nah, we'll see. We'll have a go.
Look at you,
we'll have a go.
Modest. I love it.
We'll have a go.
I've
got some time to do some testing this week, so.
Mate. Well, go and have a good time.
Yesterday afternoon, we were mid 28s, so it took a bit of dialing in, like that little BM.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done, fella. Great job from you. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
Just you boys, really. Like you boys and Luke for sorting it all out. It's been a mega little championship, especially with all live stream and everything now we've got. It's mint.
Yeah, it's been an awesome job. I've enjoyed this season as well. Looking forward to the Audi next season, I've got to be honest. But Jack, thanks so much, buddy. Have a good one. I'll catch up with you next week.
Sound. See you later.
Take care, man. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap it up. There is going to be one more round next week. Who's going to come and take the victory? Is it going to be Trafford King? Is it going to be Jake Hewlett? Is Hewlett going to have a response? And is Haithwaite going to keep it on the track? You're going to have to join us next week to find out. But I've been James Parfitt. I've been alongside Tom Cairns. And as always, take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.